Is this you? You're the one that everyone turns to, the strong one, the responsible one, the one who holds it all together at home, at work, in your relationships. If this sounds familiar, you probably started this pattern long ago, especially if you're the oldest daughter or you were raised to keep the peace in a chaotic family. Responsibility itself is a good thing. It gives life meaning and purpose, but there's a tipping point. When you start taking on the emotions, outcomes, and well-being of those who are perfectly capable of managing their own lives, the cost then begins to outweigh the joy and satisfaction of living your purpose. So stay tuned, because by the end of this episode, you'll know the signs that you're carrying too much responsibility and what you can do about it. Welcome to Break Free from the Burnout. This is for you if you're a purpose-driven entrepreneur who's ready to make a real difference in the world. Despite doing all the right strategies and tactics, something hidden is slowing your success. You're listening to Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, physicist turned energy healer, your guide through the quantum shifts that create real-world results so you can grow your business with more impact, income, and ease without burning out. Listen in, your next breakthrough starts now. I know this pattern of over-responsibility and carrying the load for others because I've lived it myself. I'm the oldest of 4 children. And from the time I was just 2 years old, I was told, you should know better. Imagine that, being expected to act like an adult when you're still a baby yourself. By 8 years old, I was babysitting my 3 younger siblings, and by 11, I was babysitting for neighbors. And by 17, I was financially independent and putting myself through college, including graduate school. I was never really a carefree child. Fun, playfulness, it wasn't really in my vocabulary. I was trained to be responsible, dependable, and capable. And that pattern followed me through life, into my career, into my relationships, and into my former marriage. Funny enough, my present husband is also the oldest of 4, and he's carried the same lifelong pattern of being the strong one or the responsible one. When this role of the strong one becomes so ingrained, it stops feeling like a choice. It feels like you're just who you are. This isn't random, it's something we were trained into. So let's talk about that for a moment. When you've been the strong one for so long, you don't even notice it anymore. It just feels normal. It's like the air you breathe, but it wasn't a conscious choice. You were trained for this role, usually starting in early childhood. Maybe like me, you were told from the time you were small, you're so mature, you're so helpful, you're so responsible. And here's the deeper message we internalize. That love, approval, and safety comes from being useful. Not just for who you are, but for what you do. So you keep giving and giving and giving. You manage, you hold space for everyone else's needs, their feelings, their crises. You organize the family, you keep the peace, you show up strong at work, even becoming the boss. For your clients, being more invested in their results than they are. And for your community, organizing and managing. You make it look effortless. Let's be clear, being responsible is a good thing. There is a real joy and meaning in helping others, in being dependable. But there's a line. When giving becomes one-sided, when you start taking responsibility for outcomes that aren't truly yours, when you begin carrying the emotional well-being of capable people on your own shoulders, that's when the balance shifts. Here's what happens on an energetic level. When you're constantly giving, emotionally, energetically, physically, but not receiving in equal measure, it creates an energy imbalance. Think of it like an electrical circuit. If current is flowing out, but nothing is flowing back in the system, it stops cold. In your body, this can show up as chronic tension, fatigue, overwhelm, or autoimmune conditions. In your energy field, it creates depletion, fraying at the edges, creating tears and holes, which causes energy leaks in both directions, in and out. What you may not know is that science now shows that we don't just absorb emotions mentally, we take them on physically and energetically. Your body's energy field literally absorbs the stress around you, creating stressful burdens in your cells and nervous system. And no matter how strong you are, over time, carrying too much of what isn't yours can lead straight to burnout. Because this role is so deeply embedded, most people don't recognize the toll it's taking. You just feel tired, resentful, anxious, and numb. And you often think the solution is just to push harder, do more, be even stronger, which of course only depletes you further. How do you know when you've crossed that boundary between healthy responsibility and over-responsibility to energetic depletion? Let's take a closer look at some very clear signs. Here's what I've noticed in myself and in so many of the clients I've worked with. You feel a constant undercurrent of weariness or burnout. You're tired even when you've rested. You might feel overwhelmed because the list of what you're carrying never seems to end. And when you have one more thing added to your plate, you feel helplessness, even anger rising. No, I can't do one more thing. You notice small resentments creeping in toward your family, your clients, your colleagues, and even your friends. You start retreating from things you used to enjoy because you just can't add one more thing to your daily schedule. You'll find yourself saying yes when you want to say no, or feeling weighed down by a sense of obligation. You worry that others won't love you or respect you if you say no. You may feel responsible for outcomes that are not truly yours to manage. And when things don't go well, you carry the guilt or blame as if it's all on you. And here's the energetic piece. When you're carrying burdens that aren't truly yours, your energy field becomes heavy, contracted. You lose that sense of lightness and flow. And in a contracted field, you can't hold as much energy as when it's expanded. Over time, this can show up in your body as chronic fatigue, muscle tension, headaches, even illness. When you carry too much for too long, your energy systems in your body start breaking down, much like a domino effect. First the adrenal glands, then the liver, then the thyroid, and so forth. Your body goes into a deep energy deficit. Fortunately, this is something you can shift. There are simple, powerful ways to release the burden that isn't yours to carry and to restore your energy body back to balance and thriving again. Let's talk about how to do that. First, awareness is the key. You can't release what you haven't recognized. Start by simply noticing when you feel that familiar tension in your shoulders or excess weight, your breath shortens, or you feel that old pull to manage what isn't yours. Then you ask yourself, is this actually my responsibility, or is it for another adult to carry? Are you doing other people's homework? Are you finding your husband's keys? Are you doing all the shopping, cooking, cleaning, and organizing, even though you both work? Are you taking care of your mom's feelings or your dad's feelings? You'll be surprised how often you carry what's not yours to carry. Another simple practice, when someone asks you for something, or when you feel tempted to step in, take a minute, pause. I know this is hard to do. Take a breath and ask, does this truly serve me and them? Sometimes helping actually disempowers the other person. Giving them space to handle it themselves is the most loving thing you can do. In my 12-step program, letting go was the best medicine for both us and them to healing. Boundaries are healthy. It's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your well-being, especially when you are out of gas. In fact, it's essential. Often my children would ask me to go on an outing after a long week for both of us. And I would tell them I don't have the energy right now. They protested and said, "Oh, Mom, you promised." But when we finally did go, we all had a much better time than if we all dragged ourselves out there. As a parent, put your own oxygen mask on first. Only then can you offer real sustainable support and guidance to your children. On the energetic side of self-care, where you can really lighten the load, there are some simple practices anyone can do, whether you're a healer or not. One simple practice is this. After any interaction with someone where you feel drained, take a moment to ground yourself. Sit with both feet flat on the floor, pull your shoulders back. Imagine a line of energy from the base of your spine dropping deep into the earth and a line of energy up to spirit to be able to channel golden healing light through you to wash out any blocks or dark energy. Take some deep breaths, pushing your belly button out, bringing light from above. Hold your breaths shortly and then slowly release, dropping the dark energy into the earth down your grounding cord. You can also visualize placing a yellow rose with roots deep into the earth in front of you, and a pink rose likewise grounded in front of the other person or situation you were interacting with. Using your intention or mental imagery, allow the yellow rose to absorb energy from you that's not yours, and the pink rose to collect energy that is yours. And as soon as that process is done, the roses filter the energies and the yellow rose goes back to them and the foreign energy back to its owner. And the pink rose, you pull it into you, pulling your lost energy back to you. The roses filter any foreign energy away so you receive your original clean energy back, replenishing you. Next, whatever lingering cords or connections you have with that person or people, you can drop your arm in front of you or use a selenite crystal and you cut down 3 times while you say to yourself, "Cut the cord." Make sure you pull the ones from behind and cut those and drop them deep into the earth. And you can also bring your little energy person in front of you and comb through your field. Put a nice blue plexiglass coating on the edge of your field, making sure all the holes and tears are filled in. The blue reflects low vibe energy, allows the high vibe energy in. This simple practice only takes a few minutes, but it can make a tremendous difference in how you feel, helping you release what isn't yours and restore your own vibrant, clean energy. And of course, for deeper layers, old family patterns, trauma imprints, or long-standing energetic entanglements, that's the work we do in my Freedom from Trauma protocol and Relationship Energy Reset program. But even these simple daily practices can begin to shift your field in a very powerful way. If you've recognized yourself in this conversation today, if you've been carrying more than your share, it's time to release it and let go of responsibilities that aren't yours, and to restore your own energy and vitality. In just a moment, I'll show you where to start recognizing your burnout level and where to get help. You can take my burnout quiz to help you get clear on how much burnout you may be experiencing physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. The quiz only takes a few minutes, it's free, and if you find yourself answering yes to 4 or more questions, that's a strong sign your system needs support. It may be time to start releasing what was never yours to carry. Take the quiz at healersu.com/burnout. Awareness is the first step toward healing. And if you'd like support beyond the quiz, you'll find next steps there as well. I'm here to help you restore your energy, your vitality, and your joy. Thank you for listening to Break Free from the Burnout. You'll find resources and show notes on our website at breakfreefromtheburnout.com. Until next time, I'm Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, sending golden healing light and success vibes on your journey to becoming an entrepreneur who is aligned, confident, and prosperous. Your gifts are so needed in this world.